the fireside, and I am in honor of my tread head. We tonight have my favorite two Marines. I mean, I just absolutely love these guys. First, there's Mac, and then, you know, Andy. Now, I know he's a Marine, but I call him Teddy Bear, you know, because he's just like a big cuddly teddy bear until he's not, because he's a Marine. Isn't that right, Mac? All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and here we go, share. So first of all, tonight we have Mr. Andrew Jackson, United States Marine Corps, my favorite teddy bear, and his lovely bride, Miss Melissa's #1. And then we have, okay, how come it's not moving? Oh, okay, I have to go in here. Okay, and then we have Franklin E. McDaniel, or as we affectionately call him, Mac, my favorite Marine, my Treadhead's favorite Marine, and I am just honored, as I know Anthony is, to have you guys on the call tonight.
Well, thank you.
Hey, y'all can unmute Andrew. You just have to unmute there.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you, and either one of you can start. Why would a Marine take a look at a business like New Age, a network marketing business? What is it that attracted you to this business?
Andrew, after you.
Okay. Let's see. What attracted me as a Marine? Okay. I mean, it's for the better improve my health, because in everybody knows in the Marine Corps, in the military period, you got all the aches and breaks, that broken bones, everything. And, you know, it makes sense to, you know, try to improve your health and make it better, because is that getting up in the morning time after a 15-mile hike, as we used to call them nature walks, is every bone in your body, every joint hurts. So, and it's a good standpoint as far as money wise. It's a great investment. It's investing in yourself and others, you know. And it's why not take a look at it, you know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, but it's nothing that's going to compare to New Age.
Mac?
Well, I think that for me, you know, my background is business. I've been self-employed for over 40 years as a manufacturer's rep in the photo and video industry. And the camera business isn't what it was several years ago. We all have a camera in our pocket called the cell phone now. For me, it was a little bit different. Michelle Blanchard, who brought me in, had given me a lot of help. My wife passed away at the end of 2019, and Michelle had
we are so sorry.
Thank you. And Michelle had invited me to her house, and I was in that big A company 45 years ago and did pretty well with it, and had a whole garage full of products. And I knew what she was doing. I didn't know what it was, but I knew what she was doing. And so I said, oh, I'll go over, I'll buy something, you know, kind of to say thank you. And when I saw the presentation, I said, this is outstanding. in that I've had all my work out of the house tax deductions, and there's probably about 42 different deductions that we can get. But my career in the photo business is coming to an end, and that but what do I do for the next 20 years or more? And I still want to travel, and that and I wanted the write-offs. That was part of it. The health thing was, I didn't recognize how big I had gotten. I've dropped about 80 pounds in the last year and a half, and much healthier. In fact, Andrew will understand this. I'm actually 1 pound lighter than when I got out of boot camp. So, you know,
Wow.
yes. So there's a lot of positives to it, but the community.
There's the difference on the right. If you take a look at that, was you before you started.
That was 1 year before I started. But I had to readjust my thinking of what I was going to do with my life. My wife, Gail, and I had all kinds of plans. We were going to get a mobile home. We're going to travel and do all the different things that two retired people do. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And that, and after the beginning of starting to meet people, I said, I can do this. There's lovely people. We have common purpose. I'm getting healthier. I know how to make money, and so that's always been a very positive. And I'm eating a heck of a lot better than I ever used to. So those are, there's multiple reasons for me to have gone on. And it didn't happen the first night. I signed up the first night because I saw the potential, but it's really been a path that for the last not quite 2 years that I'm saying, boy, I'm so happy that I did this. Now I have that future. No matter what comes of the business side of it, it's going to be positive.
Wow. That is good. That is good. And having relationship after going through such a tragedy is priceless.
It is.
It is. So now I have to let you know, these are two of my heroes. When my husband had his heart attack 2 months ago, these two gentlemen, Semper Fi, stepped up and said, hey, we're here for you. So they will always be my, okay, I'm going to cry again. You guys always mess up my makeup.
Yeah.
You're going to mess up my makeup here.
Me too.
And that's one of the things I love about this business is it attracts people who want to serve. I mean, both of you were in the military, which is serving others, and now you're doing the same thing. And so what skills did you learn? Because there are some, when somebody gets out of the military, the question is, how can I use the skills that I learned in the business world or in life that maybe others don't understand? I mean, it's not a typical job description. Has that made a difference in your business?
Yes. I mean, with the military, you have structure, just like New Age. Discipline, motivation is self-taught skills. And, we're a community, and we get behind each other. We help each other. We have each other's back. So it makes the skills it's a mindset from the military to civilian life. And that mindset in the military is like, it's always go get it, go, let's do this, is we helping each other because we have each other's back. And we work together. We work together as a team. It teaches you teamwork. Coming from the military to civilian life, it teaches you teamwork. It teaches you that, hey, okay, then if one is in need, then all of us coming to the rescue because all of us have a common bond.
Well, when my husband was TDY, there was always the community to back us up. And I have never seen that until this business. We're always there for each other.
Well, and I think that's a big part of it, Eava. My whole life after getting out of the Corps, and I was in during Vietnam, didn't have to go. It was towards the end of it. But it taught me we're all the same. And that, I mean, after standing on yellow footprints, and Andrew understands,
Yes.
You started learning that it didn't matter, who came from a mansion, who came from the barrio, or, from a poor upbringing. Didn't matter who had girlfriends, didn't have girlfriends, what color, what race, or anything like that. For us, we were all green. And one of the things that I have liked in my experience this last year, little over a year and a half, is we'll get people that are 6- and 7-figure earners, and they come up and they shake your hand and they give you the time of day and they know your name. And they say, you can do this. And I think the Marine Corps, for me, taught me, you may think that you failed at something, but if you learn from it, you didn't fail. I've been a salesman for a long time, and, I understand the whole no thing and people rolling their eyes. Oh, you're doing one of those things. But that doesn't matter. I have an enthusiasm when I talk to people that there are so many positives. It's not just about the money, but the money is obviously important for everybody. It's not just about the health products. And that's important for all of us. No matter me, I was 280 pounds. I played football. I was always trying to be big and that. And then all the health issues came, with that. I, was taking 40 different medications, pills every day. And that's all been cut more than half. And I feel like I have something to live for the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, whatever that may be. And I think that's important. I was talking to a high school friend the other day. I said, you know what? Not only am I talking to people around the country, but I've gotten people from Africa on my team. And after teaching them not to call me at 3 a.m, I can pick up the phone and talk to somebody that in nothing else would I have ever had that connection. There's just no reason for this guy in Nigeria to have become my friend. Now we share things about each other's families and we laugh at each other. And you can't even tell somebody how special that is, that we live in this marvelous world and we really are a global business. And I'm going to Mount Kilimanjaro. One of my guys is a guide there, and I can't wait. It's always been on my bucket list. Now I can write it off.
All right. All right, Anthony, do you have anything that you want to ask these wonderful gentlemen?
Well, Ma, you swept the question right up under me, which was, with them being in a family atmosphere, because pretty much that's what they got, a family atmosphere when they're out there on, serving our amazing country, or just anybody in any military around the world. You're serving your country. What? But you had already asked the similarities, which is something it was on my mind to ask them, like, how is the community? Well, I guess I can ask, how is the Level Up community and the movement that we started all together? How has that been, like, pretty much similar to what y'all went through? Serving our amazing country. Just like what would be similar? What would be some of the similar things y'all would say there?
I mean, the community has, the Level Up community has our backs. We don't have to worry about, if we had a question that need to be answered, we have somebody we can go to. In the military, it's the same way. If you got somebody to go to have a question answered, you can have it answered. I mean, it's the motivation that it's a team instead of the I concept.
Yeah.
Is everybody keeps everybody motivated. Everybody's helping everybody, regardless of where they at. And we go and we having fun at it. It's the motivation, the dedication, is the leadership, the management is in the military. That's like me. I was in command. I had a battalion of Marines, which is about 10,000 Marines that was under me, and they had somebody to answer to. I held them accountable to a standard, and they held me to accountable for that same standard. I'm not going to tell you something to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And I expect you to have my back as well as I got your back. And that's what this community is all about, is having each other's back.
Andrew, I see you every day on Level Up. I mean, pushing great big tires and running around. And this is what is amazing to me. You just said it. You don't ask anybody on your team or on our global team to do anything you're not willing to do. And I see you every day out there making a difference.
Well, that is we have a motto that, do what you say. Don't talk about it, be about it. And that's what New Age is. New Age is about it. We walking the walk and talking the talk. So you can come, that's like the Marine Corps. Marine Corps is we're gonna say, me and Matt gotta say, we're the elite of the elite. Is that it was time they would call, and they'd call on us before they call on any of the other services. But that's just the way it is. Is when they say let's do this, and that's what we are as New Age. We all about it. We're all about it, getting the job done. We have one common goal, and that's to change the world.
The one thing I see that's different is in the military. Now I'm the wife. I am not the vet. I am the wife. But
You served also.
Yeah.
and that's it. You serve, but it's separately. Now I see, Andrew, you and lovely Melissa, it's like together.
Yeah, I mean, as like Max said, all of us serve. If you got a spouse, you serve. The spouse went through the same things is that we went through on the battlefield. They went through at home. Okay, it's never easy to pack up and say, hey, okay, then I got to go on this deployment. I got to go on this deployment. I've been gone 8 months to a year at a time. but that's just the way the military is. And the wife be sitting at the house, she's like, you got to do it again and again and again. Yeah, it's just it's part of the job, So y'all are stressed out just as much as we're stressed out. Y'all are motivated just as much as we're motivated. So, but the spouses make a lot of deployments a little bit easier because you have somebody that you're going to come back to.
I like the fact that whereas my husband used to be gone 60, 70% of the time, now we're doing something that we can do together. You can watch. I see you all the time with your children. Max, same thing. It's not something where you have to leave home to accomplish the task, get the mission done.
Well, and that's been one of the fun things for me, because in my job as a photo rep, I was gone 150 to 200 nights a year for the last 40 years. And tied into the pandemic, that kind of shut down, and I went a little stir crazy being up here on the mountain with just me and the elk. But I look at it now as that I'm going to be able to travel. So everything that I have done, I'm going to be able to go to that hotel, and on the way, I don't have to rush. If there's a wildlife center, I can stop, but I don't have to be someplace at a certain time and a certain, day of the week. And that it's very positive for me to know that I'll be able to be even more in control. I've always said I'm in control of my life, even when I was doing my other business, because I didn't have to go punch a clock.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm going to get to do a lot of the things I didn't do when I was traveling before. And I'm going to actually get to see the other things. And to be able to bring somebody else along that you really want to spend more time with, that's special. So many people don't have that opportunity. They meet somebody, whether it's at church or on a vacation, and say, gee, I sure wish we could be friends, but I don't want you living next door. And now we can meet people and we can include them in our life, and they can get a benefit just like we've gotten a benefit. It may not be identical to what we found that was positive, but there are so many positive things. God has graced us with this ability tied into this business that the whole world can be part of our family. Who else can say that?
Nobody.
No one. So what is it like? I mean, and we have people on this Zoom and people who are going to be and on Facebook going to be watching this Zoom that maybe are coming out of the military. They're used to living from that monthly paycheck. What has changed for you today, and why is this a good option when looking at what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life?
Well, I would say it's in the military, everybody has this misconception that we make a whole bunch of money. It's far from the truth. It's because if they did it, I mean, a couple of times I've done it where if you're on 24 hours, you're on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, that only adds up to like pennies an hour. But here you're going from living from paycheck to paycheck to getting paid weekly. You know, it's a big difference between every 2 weeks and weekly paychecks. I would tell anybody, you know, let's lock arms. If you're coming out of the military, you're transitioning out. Hey, let's do this together. You know, you're going from um, military to a civilian, and the world is totally different. If once you come out of the military, the civilian world is totally different because you know you got to do it. You might have an 18, 19-year-old kid telling you what to do, and you're like, well, hold on a minute, I got 20, 30 years of experience here. You know, don't make me choke you. You know, but as far as I would say, yes, go ahead, do this, and you know, let's do it together. You come from the military, to here. You have the discipline, you have the motivation, the knowledge, the drive to make yourself better and leave a legacy for your family. Yeah.
I think the other addition to that is I was fortunate with what I did, because if I knew that one of my kids had a play or a concert or a football game, I could adjust my schedule most of the time to be there. A lot of us working a job where we're sitting in a cubicle don't have that. Now it's for me, because it's not about kids, it's about grandkids. I can be at all of them. You know, my son just retired from the Marine Corps. He's a much better Marine than I was, and but he's in California. Even during the pandemic, I took 4 trips to California last year, and I got to see my grandson play the clarinet. I got to go to a choral concert of one of my granddaughters. My granddaughter that lives here in Denver, and that she's a volleyball star. I've been to every one of her games. Most parents don't get to say that. The Friday night thing we might be able to make, but not the one in the middle of the afternoon. And that's precious to me.
That's priceless.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
Anthony, do you have anything as we're wrapping up here?
Well, one question that was running through my mind would be, y'all both for just getting, well, really just like making that decision, just like you made the decision to go serve our amazing country, which something I didn't do. So I can't, y'all way better than me, no matter how much success I've already had and that y'all haven't achieved. Y'all were willing to put y'all life on the line to serve other people. And so my question for you is really more for other veterans out there, or people like you said that are coming out looking for the extra stream of income. What would you say to that person that's ready to make a difference outside of serving our amazing country? How could this help them out? Like, how could this be what they're looking for? Because it's somebody in our Level Up community watching this on YouTube, got shared this video that says, hey, why should I come join this movement? Why should I be New Age? What would you say to that young man or young woman that did just serve our country? Why would this be the perfect vehicle for them?
I'll take that one. You're right. We did make a choice. And at 18, we probably didn't realize the choice that we were making. We were young and dumb kids, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. But as we went, we realized that what we were doing, and I lost cousins in Vietnam. I've had other friends that I've lost. And that's when it hits you. Now, I think what we have to recognize is we have to do for ourselves also. And if we do for ourselves, we can do for others. If we're on the corner with a piece of cardboard, we're not helping anybody. Now we can help people so they don't have to be out there. And we've all seen a lot of vets standing on corners, and we've heard of all the suicide issues and substance abuse issues. We can actually show somebody how much we love them by helping them to be better than what they are right now.
Wow. That's good.
I love that.
That's good. You know, I was just thinking when you said that, that you had lost friends, but that you have, both of you have, but that you do everything, you know, coming together to avoid that. And now we're in a pandemic, and there are friends that we may have lost. And, you know, woe unto us if we don't share with them something that could actually save their lives.
Distract them enough so that they're not thinking about just sitting there watching General Hospital every day.
Andrew, anything you'd like to wrap up with?
Well, with everything, you know, with the pandemic, it's all about helping. It's all about helping. Try to find the ones that say, hey, let me be a hand up instead of a handout.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're about. We're about a hand up. And if you give somebody a hand up and they accept it, then you can help them to be better. You know, we've lost comrades, bosses along the way, and a lot of loved ones. But you know, you got to tell them, is educating them and let them know that hey, you got a friend. You got a friend. Here's the opportunity for you. It's on you to accept that opportunity and get educated with that opportunity. You know, because a lot of people just say, hey, okay, you know, it's like transitioning out of the military. When I transitioned out, you know, nobody never told me about, you know, network marketing. They never said, hey, okay, then you could come join this company and say, you know, you could change lives around the world. They don't educate you like that. But here with New Age, it's like, you know, I could educate you from sitting in the living room. Yeah, it's all about how much time freedom or how much you want to level up in whatever area of your life that you want to level up in.
Amazing. Amazing. First of all, I adore you two. I love all of our vets who were on here, Ronnie, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Melchizedek, and all the others who are on here who have served their country. And if you're on this call, whether you've served or not, you have a chance to serve others. And together we can change the world. We can make a difference. So somebody invited you to this call or invited you to the Facebook page or is sending you this link because they want to help. They want to help you, and together we can help others, and together we can make it a better world. So get back to the person who shared this with you, and let's go out and change the world one story at a time. All right, so we're going to unmute Anthony, and please give our love to our very favorite vets. Number 5.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you guys
Thank you.
so much. Very awesome. Very
Great job, guys.
informative.
Incredible, guys.